Hi felters and crafters, welcome back to my channel. Today we're creating a fluffy farmhouse hen. I wanted to bring you a very cute Easter project that you can work on this year. So let's get our wool and our felting needles and get creative and cozy. The materials you require for this project will be up on the screen, so please feel free to pause that. We're going to start off with some carded wool. So this is also going to be the color of the base of your chicken. So I've just got white carded wool here. It's approximately 10 inches in length. We will be rolling this up to create the base of the body, 6.5 inches in width, approximately. So we'll start rolling that up and folding in the edges, making it into a cylinder shape. I'm using my multi-needle tool here, but it's totally up to you if you would rather just use a single needle. The multi-needle tool just is helpful to speed up the process when building the base for our project. Now I'm going to speed up the process here. While we're felting along, I just want to take the time to say thank you so much for supporting the channel, and if you're new here, please like and subscribe because it really does encourage me to create more cozy and creative tutorials just like this one. This step should take you approximately 10 minutes, but it's no rush. Just grab a nice hot drink and just felt away and really just get cozy with the creative process. Once you've completed the base, we are just going to give you a quick measurement, 3 inches in length. We'll go all the way round at 7 inches. Now we will start on the tail. We will grab some more white carded wool. We won't be thoroughly felting all this in yet, we just want to add the shapes in. And with your hands just manipulating the wool like I just shown you here to make a circle. So once we've got a circle shape, we're going to use our multi-needle tool or single tool to felt around the base of the tail to attach it to the body. So we're just going to lightly felt around and make sure that it's attached. We will be adding extra wool around, so don't worry too much about the joins just yet. So it should look a bit funny at the moment actually, but when it's attached, it will be approximately 3 inches top to tail. So we will add the hen's head next, head and neck. So just grabbing a little bit more wool. We want that to be higher than the tail, so approximately 5 inches long and 4 inches in width for the carded wool. And similar to the body, we're just going to wrap it into a cylindrical shape again till it looks something like this, approximately 3 inches in length and 2 inches wide, and attaching that to the top front. We're just going to felt in some loose fibers first before we attach it, but mainly it's going to be quite loose anyway, because we will firm it up a bit later. So the same thing as we did with the tail, except this time I'm using my 38 star needle to felt around the base. Now that we've attached the head and neck of your farmhouse hen, I'm going to do a measurement here just to give you an idea of how large it should be, nearly 4 inches in length from head to bottom. Now we are just going to add a little bit of white carded wool just to give it a little bit more body, using our multi-needle tool, also covering those joins that we talked about before so it's all smooth. So the multi-needle tool is just helping me attach the extra fibers to the body. We will go into detail with a single needle soon after this, so just take your time to attach the white carded wool. In the meantime, I would love to hear from you in regards to what your favorite thing about needle felting is, or what struggles you may have for felting. Leave a comment below and I'll reply back to you if I can help. Well, hopefully you're enjoying the process so far. Needle felting does take quite a bit of time and patience, but it is well worth it in the end. Just grabbing a quick measurement, approximately, here we go, 10.5 inches in diameter there. And we'll just go around for thickness, and it is 8.5 there. So now that we've added the base, we're going to start felting, and we'll take a little while doing this using our 38 star needle, felting firmly but not too hard. We don't want to lose all the shape of your chicken, so we just want to make sure that it's creating a smooth effect, because this will be the end result for the body of your chicken. Make sure when you're felting, don't felt too hard. We don't want to break the needle, but just to give you an idea of what it will look like once you've started felting the body, and the difference in how you'll feel the wool. So it'll be firm, and if it hasn't been felted, it will feel still quite squishy. So that's how I tell the difference with my felting projects regards to firmness. I will speed up the process here because it will take you a little while to do. It took me around about 15 minutes to go around the whole body. Might take you a little bit longer if you're a beginner, but it's definitely not a race. It's a process, and just have that patience to felt away and create your own little chicken. So once we have done felting around, the body should look more smooth now and feel a lot more firm than before. So we'll just do a quick measurement for the finish, just under 10 inches in diameter, and we haven't lost much of the length there. It's still just under 4 inches. So this is how it will be looking. A little bit funny, but we will add some details next. Now we'll grab some black carded wool as we'll add the hen's eye. We'll only need a little bit of wool, so just twist that in between your fingers and just check out where you would like the eye to sit. Mine will be in the middle of the face there. And I've sped up the process here, but just felt lightly around because we don't want to lose the shape or any of the black carded wool. So just lightly felting around. I'll give you a better view here, and creating an oval shape here. Now you can make the eye as big or as small as you want. It depends on the personality of your farmhouse hen that you would like. And then we will grab some white carded wool, even smaller amount than the black, and we will place that on the eye. So just a little bit here. Twisting that again with your hands and placing that near the top corner of your eye. Again, it depends on what personality your hen will be, but that's where I'm placing mine. And just felting that in place. Now we'll have to repeat the process for the eye on the other side as well, and I'll step you through that, but just keep track of where your eye is on the other side and try and make sure that it's in the same place on the other side, so it doesn't look too funny. So again, just showing you the process, getting the black carded wool, placing that in the middle of the hen's face, felting that into shape, an oval shape, and then we'll add a white pupil once we're done there. Again, just make sure that you're felting lightly so we don't lose that shape. Now that we've completed both eyes, just give it a double check to make sure you're happy where they're sitting on the hen's face. Make sure that they're symmetrical, or as close as symmetrical as you can. And next we will be working on the beak. I've got only a little bit of egg yolk yellow, and I'm using my multi-needle tool just to fold in nearly as a cylinder. Folding in the wool, but really we're wanting to make it into a beak shape here, so I'll just show you. Very rough, but you can see the point of the beak there, so that's what we're aiming for. Give a slight measurement, it's just 1 inch, and we will make it a little bit smaller as we felt that on, but that's what we're aiming for. We'll grab our 38 star needle and we'll felt around the base of the beak to attach it to your hen's face. And in the meantime, we will start shaping the beak a little bit better, so making sure that it is rounded, like circular at the base, and then it get smaller into the beak at the end. So again, you can make it have a personality if you like. You might want a larger beak or a really tiny one. It's totally up to you. Get really creative with this process. There's no right or wrong when it comes to this sort of thing and felting. So we're just felting that into place. I'm using my 38 star needle as I mentioned, but you're more than welcome to use any needle that you're comfortable working with. Some people are like a triangular or a smaller needle, just depends on how smooth you would like your beak to get. And he looks a bit like a seagull right now, so I think we should add some more features to our farmhouse hen. I'm just pulling out some extra fibers there, so don't be scared to pull out any debris or straw in the wool if you see that there. Now we're going to grab some red carded wool, only a little bit. We're going to create the wattles. I had no idea that they were called wattles, so I learned something new today, but the bits hanging underneath the beak are called wattles. So it's just going to be a cylinder shape. It's 1/2 inch. It's not going to be very big. It's just to add the wattle on either side. And just felting that into place just underneath the beak there. So make sure it doesn't lose its shape. It's more of a teardrop shape once you start felting it on. That's how I want mine to look. And make sure that it is felted firmly into place without losing its shape there. Going around the edges to make it all smooth, and then felting in between to attach it properly. That's what it will look like, but you'll need this other wattle. So we will do the same process for this. We're creating a cylindrical or teardrop shape, really, with our multi-needle tool, and then placing it on your hen with the 38 star needle or needle of your choice. I thought adding the wattles is a pretty cute addition to the farmhouse hen's face. I was tossing up whether to leave them or not, but I think it really adds to the cuteness and character of this little hen. So that's how they're sitting. And we will now get some more red carded wool because we will add the comb of your hen. I'm going to add 3 bumpy combs. So we're just wanting a little bit of red carded wool and felting that into the mat with your multi-needle tool into a circle. Make sure that you're not felting too hard, otherwise the fibers will get stuck into the mat. But we're just having a look here. That's a rough measurement. It's 1.5 inches. And we'll add that to the front of your hen. So again, felting the base into place and lightly felting the top of the comb. We don't want to lose its shape, so just keep that in mind as you're felting around. And we'll repeat that process for the other 2 to create your comb for your hen. Now that we've added the wattle and the comb and the beak and the eyes, it is really coming together. It's looking very cute. And we're up to my favorite and the most fun part in my opinion, which is adding a little bit of yarn to get a feathery texture or a fluffy texture on your hen. So we'll be adding some to the tail first and just felting that into place. You can start anywhere on the tail, but I'm just starting near the middle top and curling the yarn as we go along. So once that's felted, we'll curl it again, or loop it over and felt that into place. We want that firmly felted on, we don't want that to be loose. So make sure that the yarn that you use is wool, because some synthetics do not attach very well to the wool. So just please keep that in mind. And just using the loops each time, just looping the wool. It just creates a nice little fluffy feather texture effect for the hen. And we'll go around the tail with that. And then we'll also use that for the wings. So this is by far my favorite part, and it really brings the hen's features all together. So I'm using a dark chocolate brown yarn, but you could use a cream or even a multicolored. You could get really creative with the color and for this process. As you can see, I've just cut off a bit of that yarn there because we don't want the curls to overlap. We only want this to be one layer. So if you find that it's about to overlap, just cut off the yarn and then start placing it in a spot to cover the top of the hen's tail. So it is a bit of a process and it's really enjoyable. I find this quite therapeutic, but again, just showing you, I can just cut that off and start in another place. Now we're onto the wing. So let's have a look. We're going to start at the tip of the wing, around about there. It just depends on what it will look like on your hen, but that's where I'm placing mine. Just an inch under the tail. So we're just curling that over and felting that into place. It's the same process as what we did with the tail, curling and felting. And we'll just felt that around. So I'll go around the wing first and then I'll felt on the inside. That's the process there. There's no right or wrong, but this is how we will add the yarn onto the wing there. And it gives the wing that extra thickness as well. So that's why we didn't have to felt any extra carded wool for the wing. The yarn is quite chunky. So I suggest getting a chunky yarn when you're looking for this project, because if you get a thinner yarn, that's okay too, but you'll probably have to add layers if that is the case. So it's just a nice process, just curling and felting that on, making sure we're having a look at how it is going. If there is any part of your wing that looks a bit funny, you can always just at the end you can pull it off. Otherwise you might have to manipulate the fibers with your 38 star needle. So it just depends on how you'd like the wing to look. You might want it thick like mine or a little bit smaller. So again, characteristic of your hen is totally up to you. Once you're finished with the wing, just cut the last bit of yarn off and felt that into the wing into place so no strands are hanging out. But that is the result for the wing on that side. It is approximately 3 inches in length and 2.5 there in height, so we have to just repeat that process for the other side of the hen. But once you're done this last wing, we have completed the project. So if you've made it this far, you're doing amazing. It's well worth it. I think this is really cute idea for any Easter project. So I hope you're enjoying this. Please leave a comment below if you are and let me know how your hen went. Congratulations, you have now completed your fluffy farmhouse hen. I am so happy with how this turned out and I cannot wait to see yours. So please leave a comment below or reach out on Instagram. In the meantime, please stay cozy and creative, my friends, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye!